what does Kyler Murray really want? Is it really a question in the NFL or the NFL scouting or evaluation community that he's not all in on football at this point in time?
I think it is a question, but not in the sense that he's going to not like his draft position and then go play baseball instead and hurt some team that way. I think the question is, if he gets picked by the Cardinals or one of these teams in the top 5 that is probably going to struggle his rookie year, he gets thrown in there and he gets sacked 50, 60 times, and it goes that way for 2 or 3 years, and he gets hurt or he's not playing well, then he's got the best parachute of anybody in the NFL. He's got Major League Baseball. And so the question is not whether Kyler Murray is going to go play baseball in 2019. It's whether he's going to go play baseball in 2022.
And so you think that might be in the mind's eye of the Arizona Cardinals over the next 6 days, Robert?
I think Cliff Kingsbury has enough of a relationship with the family and with the, with the agent. I mean, they share an agent in Eric Burkhardt over at Select Sports Group. I think that they're close enough that Kingsbury has confidence. If they are going to make this pick, it will be because Kingsbury has confidence that Kyler Murray, that's not his intention. Growing up for this kid, it was all about football. Baseball was kind of a backup plan because he was short, and he did get to high school, and he was a 5'8", 5'9" quarterback. So he played baseball when he wasn't playing football. So, I never wanted to give the impression with the story that it was 50-50 with him. I think that he was just waiting to hear from NFL people that they believed he could actually do this. And then when he heard that, he was all in on football.
And it's an interesting part of your piece as well is that the A's did something unprecedented to try and keep him from choosing this route. Would you explain to those who might not have heard about it or read it through your piece, Robert?
Yeah, the A's were willing to put him on the 40-man roster, even though he wouldn't have been on the team and he would have played AAA ball. The A's were willing to give him $14 million to not play in the NFL, to not declare for the draft, and to just go to spring training. And that's kind of crazy for a guy who had, just one really good season of college baseball at OU. I think that there was an element in this whole baseball versus football struggle of baseball wanting to get a PR win. And that's why, when they had the meeting in Dallas in January, when they offered him this $14 million deal, they brought a Major League Baseball marketing executive, and that person kind of laid out how they were going to market him on a national scale. And we're talking about a guy that, isn't even in Major League Baseball yet. And even with Scott Boras and everything that he said throughout the process, there was this element of we want to win this war with football. And Kyler Murray was, a little bit of a pawn in that game.
Robert Klemko of Sports Illustrated here on the Rich Eisen Show. So why did he choose football over baseball? Is it just simply because he heard that it's entirely possible he could be drafted in the first round and then put 2 and 2 together with Kingsbury fast once he got the job in Arizona back in January?
I think that he wanted to feel like he was wanted. And, this family, this player, they have extreme confidence in his ability to thrive. But I think they felt that it had to take a team feeling he was a franchise quarterback for it to be worth it for him to go to the NFL. Because he could have a long, successful baseball career and, potentially make a lot more money with a lot less injury risk. But he loves playing quarterback, and he wanted to be wanted.
Well, personally, Robert, I think he made this decision before he even set foot in the Super Bowl in Atlanta. I got that sense from him, even though he, before stopping on Dan Patrick's show, which you put in your piece, stopped on mine as well. We just pre-taped it and aired it later. We had the same experience with him where he didn't answer a single question about it, and we were left scratching our heads why he would come to the Super Bowl without an answer to the question he knew he was going to get.
Right.
And didn't have an answer for it. Why did that happen? Why do you think that? I'd still love to know what the hell happened with him showing up in Super Bowl week like that, Robert.
Yeah, you watch those interviews and you hear those stories and you think, okay, well, he wasn't prepared, right? But then you talk to people that were close to the situation and around Super Bowl week and familiar with all that that went into it, and he was prepared. They had answers. And he just kind of froze. And, I write about him looking off to his father, in the USAA bank charity thing where these military families are asking the same questions. I think that they don't have a great sense of the media, and they feel like a lot of these players coming out of college football, Big 12, SEC, don't understand that they're going to be held to a higher level of scrutiny when they get to a media venue like Super Bowl week. And I think the other thing is that he hadn't made up his mind. They can say now that they had made up their mind, but they still took the meeting with the A's to talk money. He hadn't told his mother until after Super Bowl week which way he was going to go. So if he had made up his mind, that was something that was entirely exclusively in his head.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.